The first questions might sound weird, but who are you and what are you doing here for our viewers?
My name's Natasha and I am Bat for Lashes and I'm playing a show at the Hurricam Festival today.
Do you like the weather here? Actually, while we're talking, the rain is running down.
Yeah. We're playing outside, so there might be like 3 people watching it, but it's fine. You know, when you have festivals, you have to deal with that.
I must admit, I always wanted to listen to your music in the rain, so
really?
it might fit. Yeah, so you play a few festival shows here. Could you tell us what your plans are for Europe or for Germany after that? Is anything you're working on? Are there more tour comers, or can you say anything about it?
Well, my 3rd album, it's called The Haunted Man, is coming out in October. So I'll do like a UK tour in October and November, and then move on to Europe. So we're doing festivals all summer, and then later on in the year when the album comes out, we'll do our own shows. But the show yesterday at Southside in Germany was really good. Like, the German people seem to really like it, so I hope to come back.
Did you play any new songs on your show, and did it work out well?
Yeah, we played, I think 4 new songs, and they went down really well. People are into it. I'm happy.
Is there anything you changed for the new record? Is it, I don't know, complete change of style or anything like that? Can we expect, I don't know, a rock record, or how would it sound like in general?
I think there's probably more like upbeat kind of pop songs on there, but there's still the darker, more kind of strange elements too. So I'm just trying to get better at combining all the things I love, so there's a good balance on the record. And I've been working on it for 2 years. I worked with Beck and Dave Sitek and lots of interesting producers, and finished it with Dan Carey. And so I think it's just a step forward, hopefully, a bit more confident and more bold, maybe.
Is Dave Sitek as grumpy as everybody tells it? I've met him and I thought he's a nice guy, quite confrontational but really nice. What do you think about him?
I think he's great. I love Dave Sitek. He's really, he can come across as grumpy, but actually he's just hysterically funny and eccentric. But I hung out with him and his cats and dogs, and we ate cherry pie and hung out in the garden, and he's a nice man. I like him a lot.
Sounds nice, and I think it really fits to your music, his production as well. So really looking forward to listen to it then. I once saw a video of you playing on the Isle of Wight festival on kind of a flowered stage. It was a sunny day like that. And I always wanted to ask, what was your nicest festival gig you ever did? Do you remember one where you said, wow, that was the festival gig where everything fit?
I suppose one of the most memorable ones was when we played the John Peel stage at Glastonbury. It was like the first big Glastonbury show I did with my band of girls at that time, and I wore a really big like feathered headdress, and I think it went well, but it was just really nice to play the John Peel tent. You know, like I think he'd only just died very recently before that, so that was good. And then I always like festivals where there's beautiful forests and lights in the trees and things like that. So Latitude and End of the Road Festival in England are nice for that. Yeah.
And did you do the whole Glastonbury tour? It's a lot of people get lost at Glastonbury because it's so huge and so crazy at some point.
I've done it in the past. I think in recent years it's been more shooting in and out to perform, but when I've gone as just a punter, yeah, I've been to the green fields and got lost and not known where I was, and it's quite overwhelming, Glastonbury. It's huge. I sort of prefer the smaller festivals.
Did you have a chance to see anything of Hurricam Festival, or did you just arrive and just had to run through the rain and get in here?
I arrived, I ran through the rain to have a shower and just came back, and now I'm just kind of, I had a massage which was amazing, because we've been stuck in the bus for nights on end, you know, like cramped in the bus. And because it's raining so hard, I haven't been out and about, but in some of the other ones I've walked about, and I saw James Blake and a bit of Little Dragon, which I liked.
Okay, then maybe one last question. It might sound weird, but I signed a mixtape once with your song Daniel, because my name is Daniel. And I always wanted to ask, can you say a few sentences about this song? Because a lot of people, when they're playing it on the dance floor, they're looking at me and kind of laughing at me and singing along with it. And I mean, it's a pretty sad song. Can you say a few words about it?
I guess it's just a song that I wrote thinking about my first love, and the idea that when you fall in love with someone when you're really young, it's kind of a place that they remind you of your home, and there's a lot of romance and idealised feelings, and there's this sad inevitability that it might not last. And I think Daniel's about that. Like, whenever I feel sad or frightened, I think about that early time that feels kind of like home, and I called it Daniel after Daniel LaRusso in Karate Kid, just because I had such a crush on him when I was younger, and I didn't want to use a real person's name, so symbolically he is that person for me.
Okay then, thanks a lot. Really looking forward to the show then, and yeah, really looking forward to the record as well. Thanks.